Come through, queen. I wanna see ya. Come through, queen.
Hi, everyone. It's Dan.
And Brendan.
And this is Come Through Queen. Wow, Brendan, what a week.
What a week. So much going on.
So much going on, so much news, so many shows. I think we just have to dive right in. I think it makes sense to pick up with something that dropped right after we recorded last week, which was finally the RHUGT 3 trailer.
Yes.
And release date.
Thank God.
Yeah. So we had already seen, well, you saw the RHUGT trailer in person at BravoCon. I saw it vis-a-vis videos posted online, bootleg. And so we kind of already had a vibe of what was going on. And then we got this new trailer. Now, when I watched the new trailer that came out on Friday, I was like, oh, wow, this is so different. But when you watch them side by side, it's just that the new trailer is longer, I think, and cut differently.
And the vibes are different.
So how would you describe the vibes?
Well, I actually think, if you think about it, when I was at BravoCon, it played during the end of the RHUGT Season 2 panel, and then they brought out all the women.
Okay.
So the vibes of the cut that played at BravoCon was very comedic.
Yes.
And even moments that we saw that seemed more dramatic in the new trailer were comedic in the BravoCon trailer.
Okay.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. Well, because now we finally, like I've talked about, have finished the 3 cities that are sending girls that are actively airing right now.
Yeah, and I also think that they cut the BravoCon trailer differently also because it was before SLC finished airing and it was before Miami had even started airing.
Yeah.
So things that we saw in the new cut of the trailer, like maybe Marisol and Alexia going at it, and then like a little more from Whitney and Heather, that was more heavy in the new trailer.
Okay. I feel like Candace was more prominently featured in the new trailer as well.
Yeah, and so sorry, I forgot to mention Potomac when I mentioned the rest of them. Yeah. And now that Candace is like fucking fan favorite.
Yeah. She's like the face of the trailer, I would say.
Yeah. They did cut out a lot of like the nudie comedic stuff that happened in the BravoCon trailer.
Yeah.
Like all the white woman nude.
I think there was a little less Heather in the new trailer, and there was more of her in the old trailer. And there was different stuff with Leah. Like, I think there was the same amount of Leah, but just they used different things. Like, Leah talking about, like, hiding drugs in suitcases in this new one.
There's this, like, new, like, crime element to the new one.
Yeah. I mean, it's this month, around the corner, picking up right after Miami finishes, as I predicted. So I'm happy to have them.
I'm hyped. I'm hyped to be in Thailand. I think like we've heard so much about RHUGT 4 that people need to like zoom their minds back into RHUGT 3.
Yeah, I don't get this need to film a year before it airs.
It makes not a lot of sense, but the good thing is like once you get the trailer, it's out in a month.
Yeah, sure. Well, that's typically the trend these days anyway.
Oh, but this seems shorter for some reason.
Well, yeah, I mean it's like 3 or 4 weeks or something. I don't know. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So that's RHUGT. Then we have divorce news.
Thank God.
I mean, sorry to this family, but like this is now perking me up a little bit for Atlanta Housewives.
Yes. So drop it with Drew.
Drop it with Drew, literally. Right? Okay. So this was like a People exclusive like throughout the day. Like we were getting updates from people.com all day long.
Yeah, People's Bible.
Some of the stuff from People, they report that Sidora and Ralph Pittman are officially ending their marriage. People can exclusively confirm. Pittman releases a statement, "Love is a beautiful thing. Unfortunately, we have made the difficult decision to move on to our next chapters independent of each other. Drew and I have decided to file for divorce. We have 3 amazing young children, and their mindset and growth is what is most important. As we navigate this difficult time, I ask you to please respect our privacy." Drew in a different statement. After 8 years of wholeheartedly fighting for my marriage, I made the agonizing decision to release my husband with love.
Release him like he's a fish.
Release the hounds. Although Ralph and I have decided to move forward separately, the hope is to remain friends so that we can co-parent responsibly. In spite of our very public life, I am asking for privacy during this difficult time as my children, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But according...
The gag is...
Well, there's stuff that like she is claiming in there, like constant adultery, flaunting it in her face, like these other women like texting both of them.
Well, I mean, with the stuff we already saw on the show,
Yeah.
it wouldn't surprise me that there's more.
Yeah.
It was the tip of the iceberg. I mean, one was the assistant.
Yeah. So as this was like progressing throughout the day, I believe it was on Monday or Tuesday, I don't know. At first it was like, Ralph files for divorce. And we were all like, what? Ralph is the one filing? What? And then like, no. We learned Drew filed an hour earlier than Ralph.
Drew beat Ralph to the tweet.
Using her skills picked up in Jamaica on the racetrack, running to the courtroom.
Well, no, if she acted like she ran on that racetrack, she wouldn't have made it.
Didn't she injure her foot like after she actually ran?
Didn't she fall?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure she fell.
I mean, we know that filming has wrapped on Atlanta. So we're only really going to get like the perspective of, what was going on between the two of them in the lead up.
Yeah, we'll hear about it at the reunion. It's not going to be a Lisa and Lenny situation. It's like we're used to seeing the entire divorce play out.
Yeah.
So we have to revert back to like how Housewives used to do it.
Yeah. But I do think this has me perked up, like I said earlier, because like Atlanta, the past 2 years, I gotta say, have been not top of mind for me. I do think Drew is the most interesting full-time cast member that has joined us since Portia and Kenya.
Okay.
So I think this kind of like ensures some longevity for her.
I think so. I mean, like, she is on the messier side of the Housewives spectrum.
Yeah.
She lets herself be seen not in the best light all the time.
Yeah.
She's willing to literally throw dog treats at people.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we'll see. And I mean, like, her statement that she released, like, she's putting it all out there. So I'm sure we'll hear a lot from her. Yeah. Not in the season.
Not in the season.
Unless, like, let's get some, like, smart confessional work or something.
Yeah, we're going to get... I'm sure they're not done with confessionals, number one.
Yeah. And we're going to get, like,
we're going to pick up cameras.
End of season, like...
Yeah. That's not unheard of. In fact, that's, like, customary at this point.
I mean, we just were there in Salt Lake City.
Exactly. That was months after they wrapped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sit her down with Lisa Barlow.
And we'll figure it out. Okay. We had an event take place in New York City this week.
We don't hear a lot about New York City these days.
We don't hear... So, we are here to report it. And it is the launch of a company called BachBoss by Avery Singer and another girlie. And the concept is they are like bachelorette party planning service.
Yes.
You found a copy on their website that was really fun.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to pull it up right now. It's not great. So, like, I saw this party happen. I went onto their website.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's just, like, peruse, see what's up. Like, how much money does this cost? Yada, yada, yada.
Okay. Do we have pricing?
No, you have to submit.
Oh, yeah.
So, I was reading about, like their whole MO, and this sentence stuck out to me. Let us take you on a journey that will leave you posting, quote, take me back, and get the people sliding into yours DMs, hashtag Instagrammable.
Yours DM.
And let me see, it's not like at the end of the sentence, it's the literal hashtag Instagrammable. It's comma, the word hashtag
yes.
Instagrammable.
Instagrammable. We all say Instagrammable.
It's for them to be a generation younger than me and to be talking about the internet in this way, that's concerning.
It's almost as if there's like a older ghostwriter.
It's like someone from Gen X ghostwriting this.
Exactly. Okay. So we need to discuss who was in attendance at BachBoss.
Okay.
Oh, but side note, BachBoss. Why is it not Boss Batch?
Also, like BACH, you think of the composer.
Yeah, Bach.
Yeah, Bach.
Sebastian Bach, boss. Okay, in attendance, most obvious, Dorinda. Then we got a surprise appearance by Bershawn.
Bershawn will show up anywhere.
Anywhere.
I mean, remember when she was at that baseball game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, Jen Fessler.
Good.
It's good to see Cindy Barshop reuniting with the gals. And then, what do my eyes see? Kyle Cook and Amanda Batula.
What?
So
They're smart.
Very smart. I mean, this would definitely plant the seed of an Avery Singer SummerHouse casting. This company is the type of company that one of these randos cast on the show would have.
Yeah.
Like, Avery Singer working at Cameo before, not it. Avery Singer having a bachelorette.
She got laid off of Cameo.
Yeah. Having a bachelorette party planning service is like so SummerHouseian.
Okay. I didn't see Amanda and Kyle there and be like, Avery's going to SummerHouse.
I know. I'm not saying that's definitely happening, but I think it opens a door.
Okay.
And here's a fun fact. Avery Singer, older than Sam on SummerHouse and like Sierra's peer.
I think it was just a savvy move, and I hate to use the word savvy after reading that website copy.
Yeah.
But I think it was a savvy move to invite people from SummerHouse to this event, because if they post about it, it gets you in front of the right people and the right audience for your company.
Yeah. Bershawn's audience, maybe not the right audience.
Exactly. Dorinda's audience, definitely not the right audience.
No, I gotta say though, Dorinda going avant-garde the past month, it's a very like artistic way of using social media, I would say.
I know you love it, but it makes me worry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow, that's BachBoss. And of course, Mom and Dad were in appearance.
Yeah.
Ramona looking stun gun.
Shut up.
I hate to say it.
Shut up.
Okay, let's get to our programs. We had something we wanted, and now that we got it, I don't even know that I needed it. The Traitors reunion.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm in two minds of it. I thought it was fine. I enjoyed being back with my friends, not in the Scottish castle, but I had complaints, obviously. Most of my complaints came from contestants not realizing what program they were on. Yeah,
I mean, you could forgive them in show for not understanding what's going on. But now with the distance of it filming like almost a year ago and like airing.
Yeah, so what we're talking about is several of the contestants were really pissed off at the winner, Sari, of the show.
Yeah.
Because she won and because she played the game, basically.
How could you do this to me?
How could you betray me?
I know. You're like, and then they're still like kind of talking like how they talked on the show, like a traitor would do this. Like, you know.
And it's like, well, yeah.
I was chosen to be a traitor.
It's so stupid. I did like being with Kate Chastain, obviously.
We didn't have Brandi Glanville for reasons that we suspect in terms of her being in trouble with the network. And then Reza was just like not there.
He had like a family funeral.
Oh.
I read an article about it.
Okay. Yeah. And then like we had Kyle, but did we have Kyle?
I mean, he wasn't given a lot to do. He was early out, so.
Yeah, but he was one of the people who were figuring it out.
I know they should have done a whole segment about how he was trying to figure it out and that fucking Andy betrayed him.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that, Andy, because Andy was one of the people who felt most betrayed by Sari.
Andy's crying left and right.
I know. I will say, every like 4 people on the cast have since had a child.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. It's like life has taken place. Yeah. Yeah. It was fine. I think it's like good precedent for, for next season of Traitors for us to just get a reunion right away.
And I would like give them 90 minutes instead of just like 45 minutes or whatever they got, or like 60 minutes.
Yeah. Was it 60 minutes? I don't know.
It was 45 minutes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
If they could have fleshed it out and like we got to spend more time with different people, it'd be more interesting.
I guess I don't really watch a lot of shows like Survivor that have reunions where you're essentially like saying goodbye to these people. You know what I mean? Like I care about reunions for Housewives because it's kind of like a bridge between the past season and what's going to happen next season.
So should we not have a reunion?
No, we could, but it's just I'm not as invested as I am for a Housewives reunion, maybe.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I just like to check it with them to see how they like felt about. I like to be removed from the show because it's interesting to see them in like their little new outfits after they've been on TV.
Yeah.
And Rachel Riley looking the way she does.
Yeah. I did think it was funny that we kind of landed at like $250,000 while a nice chunk of change isn't like money that you can retire on.
I know. Sari was like, I thought about splitting it, but then when it comes down to it, it's like, it would not be worth it.
Yeah. I mean, $250,000 before taxes too.
It's crazy to me that any competition reality show at this point has any amount of money that's less than $1 million.
Yeah.
Doesn't Survivor always give $1 million?
I don't know if it's been $1 million from like the jump, but I do think like inflation has bumped up prizes, on Drag Race, Big Brother.
Drag Race, we're still only at $250K.
No, we jumped up, didn't we?
We jumped up from $150K.
Jeez. And they got to spend that just to get on the damn show.
And we were at $100K for years and years and years.
Oh my God, that's sick.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's Traitors. Shall we get to the Potomac reunion? A
Let's
better
get there,
reunion,
yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the second part of 3 usually is a lull, but this was not a lull for me.
It wasn't a lull for anyone. It's the most talked about thing on the internet.
Oh, it is the most talked about thing on the internet?
Well,
Okay.
to me,
Okay,
in my
to you.
part of the internet.
Okay. I gotta say, like, the headline for me is Wendy and Candace are really running circles around these girls.
Yes, they are.
Like, they can't keep up.
Yeah, I think like they kind of teamed up in an intentional way, but either way, even if they hadn't done that, they still would be running.
Yeah. One dummy. There's going to be many dummy moments. One dummy moment. Ashley saying that Deborah says that Chris Bassett's mouth wasn't matching what he was saying in the clips that were shown. It's like, come on.
It's like how many seasons are you in on this, and you trying to bring up editing by saying, well, my friend said this.
Yeah. What a dummy.
What a dummy. There's so many dummies.
Yeah.
I have to fully turn on Giselle.
Yeah.
It's over.
Queen dummy.
It's over.
It was actually interesting. Like, even Andy was annoyed with her.
Well, because like even in her segment where we're trying to get personal, we're trying to talk about like your life, and she has such a wall up that she tries to say to Andy, her boss, the moderator of this reunion, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
And like it wasn't like a Ramona, well, why don't we talk about your life?
Yeah.
It wasn't as intense as that, but it was still like, what are you and he was like, rightfully so, no, we'll talk about it now. Like, that's the show.
Although, to counter that, she did have one good producer moment where we were going to go to lunch, and then Giselle was like, don't you need to say, like, we're going to cut, like, we're going to take a break?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, that segment could have, it was good when she wasn't trying to deflect. Like, it does humanize her. It does
of course.
bring us in with her, but it's just like, it's proving Candace's point.
Oh, I mean, Candace even mumbling, like when Giselle was like, oh, like the fans have never reached out to me like this before. And she's like, yeah, because this is the first time you've ever shared anything real.
Exactly.
The editors really must have gone through with a fine tooth comb with Robin and picked up like any moment that they could use. Cause she says like, when we are filming everything, we should have everything happen on camera. back to New York City, Andy, Robin, and Ebony.
Yeah, and then like we're getting like 2 montages of the same moments of her like fighting with people in the past.
Yeah.
Like the umbrella moment and other things.
When he was like, "Oh, like how would you act if someone threw a drink on you?" Yeah. The stuff with Wendy in Miami is so mean on Giselle and Robin's part. Being like, we were not friends. Like, but like, what do I care? And like, I don't like you. Like, that's why I'm not like that upset over this.
And I mean, we've got like so many hypocrites here. Yeah. And I like that Andy woke up for this reunion. He's saying like, he's calling Ashley a hypocrite for her past stuff. And then he's calling Giselle a hypocrite in the opposite way. It's so funny that Ashley and Giselle were on opposite sides of those two things. Yeah. And he's calling them both hypocrites.
Yeah. I mean, we're having fun with Karen in terms of like the copying, the candle copying, the live show copying. Her inspiration, Carol Burnett.
Yeah. And her friend Wendy Williams.
Well, like Andy was like, no, wasn't it Wendy Williams? And she's like, no, Carol Burnett. It was my inspiration for the live show. Mia, I gotta say, I like after last year, I didn't want her, but she's such a perfect mess.
Yeah, she's a perfect mess, but my problem with her comes to the fact that she literally just makes shit up.
Yeah.
Like none of it's based in any inkling of anything that actually happened.
But I feel like we can now get to the point where she's the boy who cried wolf, where we kind of go into anything that she's saying being like, I really don't believe this.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess.
I don't know. I mean, it is if on the receiving end of whatever she's saying, like really annoying, because now it's like that is a conversation point where it's not based in reality. Did
you see she released and then deleted the video proof that Peter and Wendy were having an affair? And it was literally Peter filming Wendy in a
restaurant.
in a restaurant brighter than like the sky.
Yeah.
And it was after Wendy tried a meal at his restaurant. And like if you're going into potential business together, a restaurateur, wouldn't you have that kind of interaction?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. So we get to a part of the show that like took a turn that I was not expecting. When Andy says that there has been a discussion of colorism online, and then producers talked with the cast as to how they want to proceed with a conversation about that in the reunion. And they landed at Andy not wanting to do it because he didn't feel like it was appropriate. They would have the option of having a moderator, and I guess a majority of the cast said they do not want a moderator.
Yeah, so Candace is kind of the one tasked with like kicking it off. And I went to look for this tweet because I had seen a screenshot of it.
Sure.
And it no longer exists.
Okay.
But there was a tweet, unless somebody made it up, but I don't think somebody made it up.
Yeah, it seems like a strange thing to make up.
There was a tweet where Candace explained to somebody or responded to somebody on Twitter and said that she voted for a moderator, but most other people voted the different way.
Well, it makes sense that she would vote for the moderator because it fell on her to become the moderator.
And if like it's like for her falling on her to lead the conversation on colorism, it's like, hello.
Yeah. I mean, so we're gonna get to other Candace, Ashley stuff much later, but like when that transpired and like Candace reacted in a positive crying way to Ashley's part in the conversation.
Well, Ashley's second part in the conversation.
Yeah, the second part where she's like, I am like acknowledging my privilege and stuff. I was like, oh my God, like this could be a glimmer of hope. But I don't think, given the latest news, there's a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of glimmers of hope.
Yeah. And actually, there was some clips I found online of Chris Bassett doing the Bravo Bros podcast, which actually makes perfect sense for him to be doing that podcast.
Because he's a Bravo bro.
Because he's a Bravo bro. And he's telling like these stories of like them hanging out between last season and this season, where like he thought there was a bond growing between like Ashley, Chris, Candace, and everything, which makes the like the Instagram DMs make more sense, and why like Ashley and Candace filmed that scene early in the season.
In this interview, did he say something along the lines of like there was a point one season where Ashley told him and Candace that like
it's a show.
It's a show.
Yes, yeah.
And like if I go hard while like cameras are up, just know it's a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like
annoying.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
It's very annoying. I think Karen looked pretty good during this conversation.
Oh yeah.
Really good during this conversation rather.
Yeah.
And she was kind of able to I guess like be an ally to like the darker skinned girls in that moment. And I think at that point she was kind of the only one doing that.
Yeah, for sure. Wow. Yeah. We bring Jacqueline out at the very end.
When the episode ends with her and Mia both opening up their
Boxes.
little cases and pulling papers out, that's exciting.
That's exciting.
We've never had dueling receipts in this obvious of a way.
Yeah. And now I was going to say the preview for next week, like how are we doing Jacqueline, Charisse, and husbands all next week?
90 minutes.
90 minutes.
But how much are we going to get of the Robin? We still don't
Probably
know.
not that much.
Yeah.
How much could there really be? Like what else is there to even, I don't even want that much of the Robin thing, to be honest.
Well, it feels like we'll get one segment of Jacqueline, one segment of Charisse, two segments of the men. Because we need two, right?
Yeah. I mean, Chris, hello.
Hello.
G.
G, I think.
Oh.
G's. I have a theory. The road is not long for G and Mia.
Oh.
Because between everything that's been going on and then like it seems like he took kind of a step back this season.
Yeah.
And she put his whole life on display, basically, with like
each and every day.
You've hooked like the question that is asked in the preview where like Andy's like, have you ever had sex with one of Mia's friends? And then he has to answer, well, like not penetrative.
Yeah. Oh my God. But does he care?
I think he might care.
Care or don't care?
I mean, like, we think because of his past behavior, he might not care, but then, like, they have a lot of stuff going on in their lives.
Okay.
The Joint Center or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the joint. Okay. Should summer be fun?
It should be, but is it?
I think I'm having a fun time.
Okay, me too.
We do have a Carl and Lindsay less episode, except for a quick little FaceTime. And I gotta say, I miss them.
Yeah.
Particularly Lindsay's chaotic energy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But we're picking up with that dinner where things went crazy.
With your fave.
With my fave.
Showing his whole ass.
Okay, so stomping off into the restaurant.
Ordering a dirty martini while, like, already on the moon.
Already on the moon. Batula following him in. Them sitting in that little booth. And then, like, her coaching.
Is that love?
I mean, while we were watching that, we were saying, like, this is literally the two of us.
Oh, my God.
Like, her coaching him to be, like, a normal person and calm down. Like, it's definitely, like, holding, like, Dr. Nicole's mirror up.
So sick.
Well, no, it was so cute.
If Alex is trying to coach you into being being a normal person, I'm sorry, he's not done a very good job.
Oh my God. No. Wait, when she's like, okay, shake it off. And he like does a little shake. And then she's like, okay, now smile. And he does that fake smile.
You are so giddy that's you and Alex. Like, you are so happy right now.
I mean, that was literally representation matters.
Wow.
Okay. Then we dive into, at this very same dinner, the Danielle Gabby history.
I love this.
And late breaking news.
Shaw exposed.
This man appeared in season 2 of SummerHouse.
As Danielle's friend.
And also was like a prior NBCU employee.
Worked for SiriusXM.
I mean, he's been exposed. We know who he is now.
He appeared in a scene with a Workus twin.
Which,
like, aren't you jealous?
That's history. Yeah, so that's great. But also, if you're not watching Watch What Happens Live,
Watch What Happens Live has been firing on all cylinders these days between SummerHouse, Jersey, and Pump.
Okay, I didn't watch the Pump one. Was that good?
Oh, you're only getting half the story.
Okay, we'll get to that later. But the SummerHouse one, I do think of all the shows right now, feels like the most like the story is actually continuing on the show. Whereas like sometimes when the Housewives come on, it's just kind of like rehashing the same shit.
Sure. But this Jersey episode was great too for Watch What Happens Live.
Who was on?
With Jen Aiden and
Jen
Sari.
Aiden. Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Jen's number one fan, Sari.
Yeah. Oh my God. Sari was like yes-anding to the moon.
Sari knows more about Bravo than either of us combined.
Oh, that was actually quite scary. Yeah.
I mean, she has a lot of brains, which is why she is so good at Survivor and the Traitors, I think.
But to know like all this Bravo stuff, and then she's also watching Survivor and probably other shows as well.
She says she watches all reality TV.
I don't even have the time. Maybe she did retire on that money.
Well, maybe she doesn't have to do a podcast about it, so she can just like take it all
Take it in. Okay. Yeah, but Gabby did such a great job on her first Watch What Happens Live appearance, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
The only part that was bad was like when she would take long to respond, but even that was funny.
I was about to say that was actually great comedic timing because she can hold the room in a way most people can't.
Yeah.
In normal Watch What Happens Live, Andy would be getting frustrated.
He was a little bit.
But it wasn't like if like Jen Aiden were to take long to respond.
Yeah, because he hates
Though he now seems to like Jen Aiden.
Okay.
So I take that back.
Okay. Yeah, but when like one of the bombs was one of the two bombs when Andy asks who has the most to answer for at the reunion, and Gabby like slyly says Danielle,
and then Danielle turns to her and is like, "Let's talk about it."
I'm dying to know what this means, and then Andy brings it up or something. A Dumois rumor that someone in a relationship on the SummerHouse is cheating. And Danielle's like, oh, I know who that is.
Yeah. So I think I saw the Dumois screenshot.
Okay.
And the like subject line was a cookie.
Yeah.
Which everyone first thought it was going to be about Oliver. But if you think about Kyle Cook.
But like, she seems to be close with Batula now.
Does she?
Batula was in all the girls were in the green room during this episode. You just never know with the SummerHouse kids.
I know, because I also think Gabby seems to be close-ish with Hub. Like, Hub was posting photos of like her and Gabby.
Okay.
I don't know.
Gabby's the best. Oh my God. Now Watch What Happens Live. There was a poll question of like, who's like the best new cast member? It was like Gabby by a mile. Sam got like maybe in the teens, and Chris got in the single digits.
I mean, he's trying his best. The thing is, I think Chris and Danielle should date. They've got a lot of chemistry.
Oh yeah, now that she's single, yeah. I mean, he's such a like when Kyle had to go spend the day with him, I was like, oh yeah.
It's hire more men. Said no one ever except for SummerHouse.
Yeah. Okay, Tea Party.
Yeah.
That was fun. I do think this was like the beginning of talking some sense into Danielle of being like, yes, we got it. Like, you want to defend, but like, you got to back off a little bit. This is a work thing between them.
Yeah. I like how Danielle also like admitted that she had already told Hubhouse and Carl.
Yeah.
Also, like telling her to back off because it's a work thing. It's like,
this is a work thing.
this is a work thing, but also like Kyle shouldn't be telling this information to the world because it's a work thing.
Yeah,
so let's yell at Kyle, not Danielle.
Yeah. My God, Danielle, super fan over here. We get into the stuff with Batula.
Yeah.
Potentially having kids. And what was interesting, it sounded like she had not really discussed with Kyle what she thinks
going on
might be a trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not great. Let's discuss that. Let's go see some folks.
Yeah.
Let's figure it out.
Just quickly about Gabby again, the story that she tells about like logging into the guy's social media, like making this like announcement,
like making something in like Canva and posting it to his LinkedIn and other social platforms.
Like that is Garcelle Bouvian.
Garcelle Bouvian. It's like there's a little bit like of duty in there.
I know, but like Garcelle literally wrote the
I know
the email
and sent it to all of CAA.
Sent around the world.
I wonder who Garcelle's represented by now. I'd laugh if it was CAA.
I don't know. Okay, for our newbies, our big moments: Chris falling asleep downstairs and then like waking up and then making up like a 15-minute pit stop in the chair. I was laughing at that.
I was laughing, but it also was like no one's there to hang out with him.
Yeah,
that's the thing about it. It's like this SummerHouse. It's like everyone's going to bed at 9:30, and then the newbies don't even have like a chance to bond with people because like the bedwetter's already bonding.
Stop.
Chris only has one option to bond, and it's like this like 40-year-old guy with a mullet.
This mullet, it's still flowing strong at BachBoss.
I know.
saw.
Tell him.
I would love to take a break from it.
Him or it?
It, not him. Never take a break from it.
What would make you not stand? Because you've seen his behavior, you've seen his mullet.
Yeah, I've seen it all. Okay, Sam.
You will go down with this ship.
I'll go down with the ship. Okay, Sam is dating this boxer, and they have no chemistry. And then he's like sitting. Did you notice at the end of the episode, he's like sitting in the foyer by himself for hours, it felt like?
I think he didn't know how to get home.
Can't someone call him a car?
Or like someone drive him. You're all going to the same place.
Yeah, it was really sad. Yeah. But maybe it was Madonna who picked him up.
Shut up. So that's the breaking news.
That's the breaking news. The boxer from SummerHouse is hooking up with Madonna.
So this was literally we're not lying. This was literally reported in the Daily Mail. Like there's a photo of them together at the boxing ring.
She's like hiding behind a muscle.
I know. Is this what rich people do? Like box in New York City? Doesn't it feel like all the rich people in New York City are boxing? Like Leah Mobb and Madonna, to name two.
I think my sister might be boxing.
Oh?
I mean, she's not a rich woman though.
But she's in New Jersey.
She's in New Jersey, yes. The different rules in New Jersey, there are different rules in New Jersey as we'll get to that. I think the one last thing for me for SummerHouse really is that clip from the trailer of Paige saying, "You've been such a good friend to them. Have they done the same for you?" Mm-hmm. I thought that was going to be like in the thick of their failing friendship.
Right.
And instead it's
this
the
weekend.
seed that is planted, perhaps.
I think Danielle saw that bed and she's like, I want to wet it.
I want to wet it.
I finally want to be invited in to wet it.
And I think she is now with all the girlies coming to the green room. Wow. Summer, it is fun.
It is fun.
Verdict.
I think it's fun.
The verdict's in.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do New Jersey.
Okay.
We're picking up with the men coming home drunk.
I like that they made the women get cameras up.
Yeah. Except Mr. Cabral seems fine.
Yeah. King.
Okay. We have a meeting in the Giudice Ruelas household.
Mm-hmm.
It's Teresa, Louis, Gia, and Gabriella. And we're talking about putting the food on the table. And we are talking about like the show, because we're talking about the podcast.
Yeah.
Their comments on the podcast, which is about the show.
We're talking about Teresa checks in.
And now we're talking about like, okay, we only ever saw them while we were filming.
Yeah.
And Gabriella's breaking out in hives.
Very McCordian.
Very McCordian. And I do gotta say, so I think we are of different minds of Louis' involvement. I do think here he was riling them up a little bit.
Yes.
But you didn't like when he was chiming in while Teresa was calling Joey.
The visual of him writing down things for her to say while on the phone with him. Okay. To me, and I'm not Team Joey here, but to me, I'm like, ugh, it's a little slimy.
Oh. I feel like I do that with my dad when like I'm trying, like when he's on the phone, I'm like reminding him of something he needs to say while he's on the phone.
But that's like different.
I think like she started the phone call, and it's hard for me to say this as a tree hugger. She started like on the wrong foot, a little nasty, being like,
well, that's who she is at her
you
core.
answered. But that's why he's writing down like, I'm calling to make peace. Like,
I know. I just think like Louis been having a pretty good season thus far, and that seems to be going back to like what everyone thought of him like before. Like he's like a user, he's trying to control her kind of thing.
But I do think as they were planning to call him, the mission statement was like, let's call him, invite him, make sure he's coming, like make it good. And she was veering from that goal.
Okay. I still thought the writing down of the notes is like, you say this, you say this.
Sure.
And it's like, maybe we should go through the talking points before we get on the phone.
Mm-hmm. But it's hard. They'll just fall right out.
Well, she remembered how to spell napalm.
Yeah, proud of her. Okay, Dolores's mom.
Still eating cake in the morning.
I want to like say the exact line reading. Dolores said, "You woke up this morning and had what?" And she just like sits there smuggling a piece of cake.
I will say, Frankie's nice to his grandma, and he's like, "But it's only one. It was only one time this week. That's progress."
I love it. I'm obsessed. Like with her waking up and eat cake, because like that was for me somehow an option as a kid.
Oh, because as we've gone over how you're an Entenmann's kid.
Yeah. I mean that like she is an Entenmann's woman. This woman. I get like Entenmann's convinced like the tri-state area that you can have cake for breakfast.
I mean, if you think about it, beyond Entenmann's even, like think about all like the cereals that were available when we were kids.
Even like a pancake. What's the sugar content of that pancake?
That's why you only eat pancakes on the weekend.
Yeah. Okay. I do gotta say, like, I am not that I expect less from Frankie Jr., but he seems to be like on Buzz Lightyear's side in terms of this tiff between his dad and Buzz.
I think Frankie is a big fan of Toy Story. Just kidding.
so shouldn't he also like Mr. Potato Head then?
But Mr. Potato Head is a secondary character.
Oh.
No, I think he actually has a good potato head on his shoulders. And like I think he's like, I mean, like he was raised well.
Yeah.
Like look at the two Catania kids.
Good people.
Yeah,
Except
I mean, one brings home a little too many animals, but that just shows heart, you know?
Yeah, sure.
She's the Julia of the tri-state area.
Yeah, she is the Julia of the tri-state area. Okay, the Aiden's going out to dinner. Mainly, I want to point out, I loved their wine order.
Oh, the Justin, the bottle of Justin.
Yeah, it's like all the girls talk about Josh Cabernet, but like you should get to know his friend Justin down the block.
This actually seems like a personal attack on me because...
Oh no, I love Josh.
Okay.
We always have Josh stocked at home.
What do I bring when I put wine on the table?
When you put wine on the table, you bring not just Josh, like Josh Select Blend.
Yeah.
Not Select Blend. So the Josh like Oak Barrel Select.
Yeah.
Yeah, the special fancy looking one.
And despite us like giggling, we didn't have any of that today.
As I mentioned on the pre-show, I'm on the mend from being ill this week.
Yeah.
So we have to take care of ourselves. Okay. I can't get enough of Jen and Bill scenes.
Even when they're yelling at each other.
Even when they're yelling at each other. Even when she's yelling about like supporting her unconditionally, even when he's upset about her getting party buses for the kids.
Actually, like, it's not a 1-for-1, but the supporting unconditionally thing kind of reminds me of the Katie and Tom stuff. Because, like, Tom would traditionally always go and take the other person's side.
Oh, yeah. Instinctively, one might say. Yeah. Okay, Jen Fessler and Rachel Fuda getting lunch.
Ooh.
A Star Was Born.
I loved this scene.
Jen Fessler, I think I love Danielle Cabral, but I think Jen Fessler might be the one.
I think Jen Fessler, to me, is a more naturally
Pure?
like a more natural in the way she acts Margaret.
Yeah.
Like they have similar energy, but for some reason Fessler is more believable to me as this person.
Yeah.
Like when she's ordering and she orders like the flatbread and then what's her name? Rachel Fuda's like, can we split that?
Yeah.
She's like, no, back off.
She's like, I don't do that.
That's very you, actually.
Oh, that is actually very me.
Yeah.
I just don't like sharing, but we know why, like the cheese stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
I would be food. I like want to share everything.
Oh, yeah. Fuda.
I like Fuda. I like all the new girls.
Okay, I like her, but it's just like I don't like her. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
Like I don't want to like hang out with her, but I want to hang out with Fessler and Danielle.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so they're talking about Jen Aiden calling them like it's this big crime, but I do think we kind of like quietly landed at the party. Someone said it like they're all like, we all call each other in between like everything. Like, why is this so weird?
Yeah, but these are new people.
Oh, so they don't know the rules.
So they're like, okay, this person brought me on the show and this person brought me on the show.
Yeah.
This person being Marge on Fessler's side, and this person being Dolores on Fuda's side.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are you trying to talk shit about the person who brought me on the show? Is like the dynamics when they're only like a couple episodes in.
Okay, so they don't know the rules yet.
I think it's interesting on Jersey. The friendships that they bring on are actually like real friendships, where in other cities, it's like an OC, it's like, hey, meet my friend Amy, like someone I met once. So Amy could turn, Amy's a made up housewife, obviously, but Amy could turn at any any second, whereas these people actually have some roots.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, should we go to the Love Bubble party?
Yes.
I got it. One of my big takeaways, the Goldsteiners walking in so happy to be there.
Finally invited to something. And surprise, surprise, it is Teresa's house.
I know. The Tree of Life.
The Tree of Life. Get it? Because I'm Tree.
What a good woman.
You want to hug that Tree of Life.
I want to hug that Tree of Life. We got the woman in the ball flopping around.
To me, it's like it needed some better... it didn't look good.
Okay, yeah. It looked like filled 95%, number one.
And you could see like it looked like tape on the outside, even though it wasn't.
No, the zipper to get in, like the seam was like black.
Yeah.
It should have been clear or white or something. It was just it stood out so much.
You know where Teresa got this idea? Ultimate Girls Trip season 1. Do you remember they did the bubbles in the ocean?
Okay.
Luann running and falling.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Wow. Look at your brain.
I watched it.
Yeah. No, I know, but like stuff doesn't always stick.
Yeah.
In this noggin. Okay. Ooh, Zia talking to Gia and Gabriella. That was the toughest stuff. Oh. And then I don't want to sound like a tree hugger, but when Zia says in the confessional, I know that they have hate for us. That's like tough stuff to be saying about your nieces.
Yeah, but like I'm warmer with strangers on the street than she is with her nieces.
Okay.
It's like, it was so awkward, so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, try harder. And don't just stand there for like 2 seconds and then be like, I have to go get a drink. You're the aunt.
Yeah. I mean, they do hate her.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's only so much she could do.
She should have brought some fucking kids. I don't care if they have dance. Take them out of dance.
I mean, the fact that Joey's not here.
A loser.
Is crazy too.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm going to sit on the couch.
When I think about Joey this week, the tree hugger in me truly jumps.
Yeah. Okay. So, the speech heard around the world. The chosen family speech.
We as Jersey housewives get to choose our families.
Thank you, RuPaul. I mean, I do love her like co-opting this like queer language.
I know. I expected like someone to mention that.
I don't think this is the crew.
But they hang out with gay people, famously.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Zia putting the performance of a lifetime, like running inside to cry.
It's like there's no reason. She's no ground to stand on here.
Yeah.
Because Joe Gorga would have been part of the chosen family that the speech was given to. He was invited.
Yeah.
It wasn't like shout out to my chosen family except for Melissa. I did like Bill Aiden yelling, "We miss you, Joe."
Oh yeah, that was nice. Okay, there was then like the fights are breaking out.
We're all over the place.
Everyone wants to fight with everyone.
Well, fucking starts out with Jackie.
Oh yeah, so Zia tells Jackie, okay, I saw Danielle at my store or whatever, like some shopping event, and I told her what you said.
And they're talking 2 feet away from Danielle.
Yeah. But she's like, but Jackie's like, you know what? I don't even care. And she's like, saying I'm a snob is not the worst thing in the world. I'm sort of a snob.
Yeah.
I'm loving like self-reflecting Jackie.
Well, no, she said that to Jennifer Aiden when someone tried to, when Marge tried to be like, she called you a snob. Why are you being nice to her?
Oh, yes.
And like, Jackie's being easy breezy with Jennifer Aiden wanting to do shots.
Oh my God, the two of them, like the sisterhood. Remember when they like had a 2-second alliance like a year or two ago? Mm-hmm. Like it felt like we were back to those days.
I think we low-key kind of are right now, at least in this scene.
Yeah, I hope it lasts though.
It's like, I don't think Jackie's gonna last. She's really holding on and like
treading water.
Like I've been a Jackie fan.
Yeah.
But it's like, unfortunately, casting of the new girls was a little too strong. We're not in the Tracy days, you know?
No, I think there's still hope. I mean, it was fun, Danielle versus Jackie with the hands, and they're both Staten Island girls. Jackie's a Staten Island girl, apparently.
Yeah.
I feel like I forgot that.
Yeah, but it's like Jackie's out of her league. Mm-hmm. And like, it's just, I don't know. And I hate to say that, but it's like Danielle's quicker, faster. I'm sorry. No, but don't you know what I mean? She's like quicker with her words. Like she's like, she explains herself like in a way that works better in the room here. Yeah. Whereas Jackie would get along with us.
Yeah. A normal person. Okay. The thing I like, this really rang through my head as we were watching Miami later. Like Jackie being like, oh, what are you wearing? It's from the hamper. It's like, you guys all look the same. What are you talking about? Like, as if like Danielle Cabral is wearing anything else. Meanwhile, like the looks that we're getting on Miami,
Yeah.
from like walking from your hotel room to like lunch,
Yeah.
are better than like what they would be the best look on Jersey.
I know. And like Jackie going after, I think Jackie said something about Danielle's outfit to Marge's house being like, it looked like she was going to a pool party. And it's like, what we're doing at Marge's house isn't that far removed from a pool party.
Yeah.
We're doing like an outdoor photo shoot.
Where we're not even doing anything. It's the men who are like participating in this.
Exactly.
Aiden Fuda nose off. It's a mother tucking nose off. I like Jen Aiden is like fancy free and just so
Balls
funny.
to the wall. And I appreciated Jackie in this scene actually, because Jackie was like, Jen, I get what you're saying, but if you calm down a little bit, you'll get your words out a little better. And then I saw Teresa look at Jackie being like, yeah. That makes sense.
Oh my God. Like Jackie needs to just like shift and like be like the tamer of the lunatics.
I think Teresa looked at Jackie at that and like heard what Jackie said and was like, that sounds familiar. I think I heard that in therapy.
She needs to tame the lunatics.
Yeah.
Okay.
She could be the lunatic whisperer.
Yeah. Oh God. And then the Fuda is like departing.
I will say Fuda. I think that's amateur. You're not supposed to depart early.
Yeah, don't let the door hit you on the ass.
Fuda, go grab a plate and go to another side of the party and like hang out and
fight
talk
with
shit.
someone else.
And talk shit.
Yeah, I had fun at the Love Bubble.
So you'd say Fessler, Cabral, Fuda for your ranking?
But it's like a toss-up between Cabral and Fessler.
They all have great last names too.
Yeah, it just like rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
You won't forget them. Yeah, I'm having a great time in Jersey. Shall we go to
Pump.
Canyon Corral? Is that where we're picking up?
Yes. Can I say, loved this episode.
Oh.
Is that bad?
No, you could love it. I liked it too.
It felt early Pump.
Yeah, sure. It did.
And Raquel
Raquel?
is giving duty.
Yeah. I mean, Raquel, I don't want to repeat myself all the time, but I just can't help thinking it every episode. I thought we were done with her.
I know.
And now she's main cast member.
When
really.
her dad picked her up.
Her dad picked
the
her up
reunion.
to take her away from these terrible people.
To move out.
And then she said, no, actually,
I'm coming back.
I am a terrible person.
Coming back. So, and she's proving to be one of the more terrible people, actually.
She's like, I will make out with him if it's the last thing I do.
I will, every time I get a chance, take Allie to the side like a psycho and have her and try to make her talk shit about James Kennedy.
I will go to meal after meal with Katie and give her a new piece of information every time that she does not want to hear.
Yeah, I will have a Kristen Duty haircut, actually.
Was it Duty in?
It's Duty. It's a little shorter than Duty's
Yeah, it's a
was,
little shorter than it
but
is.
it is getting there. And when I put two and two in my head that she is giving Duty in behavior, the haircut made sense.
I think it's hard because like they have the most opposite face shapes that you could have, that it's hard to even like compare hairs on those heads.
Sure. So if actually she had the face shape of Duty,
And
the hair
might
would be
fall.
perfect.
Yeah.
Them doing a montage of her drinking in confessional, cut with her drinking at the Canyon Ranch or whatever.
Oh, I think I missed that.
Oh, she was asking for shots and beers in confessional.
Oh, interesting.
And
okay.
then it was right before she asked Tom to make out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that fucking snake, Tom Schwartz.
He
Him
used to
turning
be
to
your
the
favorite.
camera and saying, "Are we still filming?"
Oh, when they came over to his home to try to like get the Schwartzy back in him.
And like Tom Sandoval going, "Do you have a whiteboard?"
Of course.
And he had it right there.
Yeah.
This prop work.
This prop work. Sheena.
Sheena, pumpkin eater.
She is
Pumpkin pie.
She's pumpkin pie. She's such a disaster.
It's like I see some of her points about, I see why she wants to get revenge, because there's pure evidence of these people being very mean to her back in the day.
For a decade.
That was like kind of the point of the show back then, was the Be Mean to Sheena show.
The thesis statement.
So she's getting her revenge, but she's looking pretty bad while she's doing it.
Yeah. You could also, I don't know how it works exactly. If like going into it, it was, I guess it probably like going into, Brock, you are not main cast. You do not have a salary. So I wonder if like that just sent Sheena into like high gear of like, oh, I gotta like work the runway.
Yeah, bring it to the runway.
Right?
Runway.
Like we're not resting on the laurels of you getting married. Like we're not even talking about you getting married.
Yeah.
It's not even a conversation.
I think she just decided to be like the main girl this year. And she's the lead shit stirrer.
Yeah. I loved Ariana describing what we thought happened as it actually happened when it came to Katie Maloney going on her little phone like Christina Kelly are summoned.
Everyone needs a friend like Christina Kelly.
Like those flashbacks, it was almost like watching something for the first time because she does not register for me at all.
I was always so like, I'm going to use the word attracted. I don't mean like physically attracted, but like something always
magnetic
brought me back to her back in the day.
Okay.
She seems like a calming force in those tumultuous times.
In those flashbacks, it looked like an adult hanging out with children.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. And then we get Katie talking about her friendship with Christina Kelly, and she goes, we really reconnected at our friend's wedding in Rome.
Spoiler alert.
We're not allowed to say Saucy's name in this show.
Although we can say it every week on Watch What Happens Live.
And Evolution Media can be in the comments of her Instagram commenting congratulations on her being pregnant.
Oh yeah, the second baby, yeah.
Also, Stassi did release this news about her second baby on the day that Vanderpump Rules comes out.
Oh, was it the day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Ha 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 ha. Very savvy.
Yeah, but Andy loves mentioning her.
Oh, can't stop. I mean, like, talking about Jax, Duty, and Stassi on Watch What Happens Live is
it's
like
his duty.
Is like he's answering the call of duty.
Yeah, exactly. It's just Duty constantly calling his cell phone.
Okay,
Katie.
Oh yeah.
Please stop going to Schwartz and Sandy's.
No. Katie actually run train at Schwartz and Sandy's.
I've never heard it called run train in that way.
Oh yeah, it felt like prepositions were missing.
Yeah, and it's like you never hear the person who has the train run on them talk about having the train run on them in that way necessarily.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you do. With gay people, you do.
Oh my God, please. Our people. We did get a reminder that this is the titular Vanderpump Rules, with Lisa Vanderpump getting tea with James.
And she's about to potentially rule Schwartz and Sandy's.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. She is taking the title to heart.
I think if this actually comes to fruition, which we haven't heard news of her, them actually taking the offer from Ken and Lisa to buy Greg out.
Yeah.
It would make sense as to why we're getting so much Schwartz and Sandy's on this show.
And not the other
And
locations.
not Sir as much. I mean, Sir's there, obviously, but not the Vanderpump properties.
Yeah. I do think we're getting a little bit more into the nuts and bolts of opening and running a place than we ever did before.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tom Tom felt very like a play.
Yeah.
Whereas like this is
a
real
documentary.
life. Yeah.
Tom Tom is playing house.
They were like playing with their dolls.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that revelation at the end. friend to the show, Cara Berry, with the podcast Everyone's Business But Mine, was tweeting like something about Jeff, like live tweeting it, and Ariana replied to her being like, "Oh, you don't even know like half the story with this guy
About Jeff?
Jeff, like the co-owner.
Greg.
Oh, Greg, Gigi, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Greg, yeah." I want to know that story. I need to know.
So if Ariana's tweeting that, it must mean he's
Out. I'm dying to know. Like this is riveting to me.
Like, that makes, I know we like kind of say that like Lisa comes in to just like pretend to be there, but if they actually do take over, that's wild.
Yeah, that'd be very chic. And then next week, preview Las Vegas, Garcelle's son, Oliver.
Yeah, and Raquel makes out with him. Then Lala's in confessional being like, if this was a competition, there would be no competition.
Lala's like so annoying.
There wasn't a lot of Lala in this episode, was there?
They weren't giving us Lala.
Praise be.
What we saw Lala doing was watching like season 2 of Beverly Hills
with sound on.
Yeah. That was a touch iconic.
That was a moment.
The cinematography, I know this is going to be next week's episode, but the cinematography of Raquel kissing Oliver, it was like a scripted scene.
It was like Euphoria.
Like cameras spinning around in circles. Yeah. Okay. Shall we go down to Miami for the last time, sadly?
Well, we'll have the reunion.
I know, but we'll be in New York. This was a very traditional finale, I would say.
Yeah.
We are wrapping up main cast storylines and friend of storylines.
I mean, to have 2 friend of title or end cards.
Oh, yeah.
Unprecedented.
Oh, did they not have them last year? I don't think they did.
I don't think they did. But like the conversation, the thing on everyone's lips is that Adriana and Marisol are main cast, but they just don't get to hold mojitos.
Yeah. Why though? Why?
Even now, Adriana is giving us full scenes by herself.
Oh, I mean, okay. Emilio Estefan, Adriana, Grammy incoming.
The thing about the celebrities of Miami, I feel like they don't mind being seen among the housewives.
Ooh, you're right.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't believe Adriana is pursuing more music.
Good for her.
Good for her. Oh, spoiler alert. I haven't watched it yet, but I checked again this morning. The music video was finally uploaded.
Oh, thank God.
5 days ago. So like not on a release day, just a random day of the week.
Good.
So I haven't watched it yet. I'm excited to do that eventually.
I feel like now that we're with Emilio, I think things could happen. I have a theory. I think Adriana wants to continue to pursue music because it's the only thing Alexia likes about her at this point.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Let's chat about Lisa having the girls over. The girls being Alexia and Marisol.
As they come in the door yelling, medic, medic.
Because we're playing with the kids.
Yeah, but it was a very funny bit of editing.
Yeah. We're breaking out the nice stuff.
Yeah, we're going into that. We're stealing Lenny's wine.
Lisa's pleading about the main girl, Adriana.
I know.
Please make up with her.
And them explaining, or her explaining like Lenny's schedule and when he gets home. And like Marisol and Alexia being like, it's 6:37. Shouldn't he be home? And do you want to hear a weird thing?
What?
I always look at the clock at 6:37.
Oh, just like naturally?
It's weird because it's my mom's address.
Oh, okay. I want to point out that for 2 episodes in a row, we are now pretending Adriana's text message was not what it was.
Right.
We're ending it with the my bad. Mm-hmm. And then someone on Twitter, Mark J. Campbell, tweeted a screenshot of the full text. And here's the full text. Alexia, I'm so sorry about my response. I didn't mean it that way, but it was wrong. My bad. So, okay, she did apologize. Mm-hmm. She said my bad. Mm-hmm. But Alexia's acting as though it ends with my bad. Continues. Second paragraph. I have deep respect and admiration for you as a mother, and that was never my intention. My apologies, prayer hands. So we know Alexia does not know how to scroll.
But it's also her and Mary Saul have made up their minds, and they do not want to make up with Adriana.
Yeah.
At least this season.
Yeah.
If they're smart, they won't hold this till next season.
Yeah. We'll resolve at the reunion, but I don't think we will.
I'm afraid that these two aren't smart enough to know that they need to make up and pivot.
Yeah.
Hopefully being in Thailand with Giselle,
Sure.
Giselle can tell her about her and Karen and
Give
how
them some
they
lessons.
do it.
Yeah. Giselle could give a few lessons. Don't give too many lessons.
Don't give. That's the one lesson that Giselle has in her arsenal these days.
Yeah, that's her one lesson. Okay, I really don't care about Julia and Martina. I'm sorry.
I mean,
going to dinner, I just don't care that much.
And I don't think that, unfortunately, with everything that's happened, I don't think that their dreams of growing their family is necessarily going to happen.
Were they even talking about that in this dinner? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Wow. Dr. Nicole and her dad.
Breakthrough.
I do think we got somewhere.
We got a breakthrough.
And
it's a very common conversation in families where people get so stuck in their version of events.
Yeah.
And everyone sees or has different memories of these events.
Sure. Well, you have your perspective.
But also like people are in different points of their lives. Like Nicole was a child.
Yeah.
Dad was an adult.
Getting hit by a car.
So it's like, there's your version, there's my version, and there's no one will ever know the truth
Wow.
except for God.
Wow. Okay, Alexia and Frankie
Cooking.
What's cooking? But shocker, Peter and
The dad
solo scene. What is this? New Jersey? Barbecuing. Steaks on the grill. Asparagus is falling through the grill.
I wonder if Peter is gonna start getting
more
paid.
Oh.
Do you think he got paid? He must have gotten. I think he's probably gonna get paid if he hasn't already been paid.
Okay. Sure.
Like this solo scene with your dad, someone on camera has to be paid.
Someone has to be paid. This isn't charity. What is this?
But like, didn't it sound like the resolution of his story is that he's not going to move to Puerto Rico? He might stick around Miami.
Okay. Pause. Peter going to the bank and saying, give me $350,000 loan
to buy a house in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. But it didn't sound like
the house existed yet.
It didn't sound like I'm buying this house and I'm applying for a mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
The way he was describing it was like, give me a $350,000 loan, which I think is harder to do than getting a mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong.
I don't know. You're smarter than me. I don't know shit.
I don't know shit. I'm just like, what are you doing, Peter? What's going on? I don't really understand. Okay. The melting pot party. You got to give it to Gertie.
2 strong themes for parties this week. Love bubble.
Oh, yeah.
And melting pot.
Okay. Gertie, she needed bartenders from New York to make sure the cocktails were perfectly balanced.
I caught that. Isn't Miami known for like clubs and nightlife and going out? Shouldn't they have enough bartenders there?
They haven't figured out the balance yet.
I would like to hear from a bartender in Miami to hear if you were insulted by this, because I was kind of insulted by this on behalf of you.
Sound off in the comments below.
Please.
Okay. I gotta say, and I was laughing and laughing and laughing. Larsa's psychotic pivot, this episode of like showering Adriana with praise, was so funny to me. And I'm getting like flashbacks of season 1 Larsa, who was like a piece of cardboard on film, like not doing anything. And I'm like, how did we get from A to B?
You spend some time with the Kardashians, I guess. The Kardashians have some comedic abilities.
I know, but I almost felt like the original one was like, was she friends with the Kardashians back then?
She hadn't made her full pivot. I think they
Okay.
were like friendly during like Chloe and Kim take Manhattan. I mean Miami.
Okay. Because it felt back then almost like a little Kardashian-ish with like the speed. Like sometimes they're so slow.
Oh, I was like, are you accusing them of doing drugs?
No. Just like not like no pep in the step.
Yeah.
Whereas like Larsa has a lot of pep in her step these days.
Yeah.
To think that she's like near the very bottom of our Patreon.
You have to let go of that ranking because it's way too far back now.
I know.
It's like there's no way to like talk about it in a realistic way because we've pivoted so much.
Well, we can talk about Teresa being number one, which is almost like we knew something in ourselves before we really knew it.
I know. I think us back then were like, we don't like her, but we have to understand her contributions.
And now it's like, oh, maybe we were triggers all along.
Yeah. It was Agatha all along.
Okay. Lisa messing up the iconic Gertie line saying, hello, green. It's hi, green. It's not hello, green.
Also, like Lisa just rolling in so long after everyone once again.
That's the modus operandi this year.
Yeah. I wish we got a like scene of them all taking their neon signs down from the hedge and like carrying them home.
Okay. Gertie's speech was fun. And then when Adriana was speaking, I thought she was doing a good job.
Yeah, but Marisol and Alexia didn't want to hear it.
They were being so mean to her. And Kiki whispering to Julia, you got it. You got it.
Well, we have to also we have to remember the crimes.
Yeah.
The crimes of Adriana. We can't like push that under the rug.
I remember the crimes.
It was bad.
It was bad, but like
and this is the first time they're seeing each other since.
Yes. But can't you like recognize remorse when you see it? Like so many times I feel like people apologize and I don't really believe that you are sorry. Adriana's like crying as she's apologizing.
Yes, agreed. But also she keeps on doing like the same talking points of like, we've got history together.
Okay.
Like yada, yada, yada. And like Alexia was like, if I have to hear about the history again.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, like I understand Adriana's remorse, but I just wanted you to remember that the crimes were also bad.
Yeah. I did think that Alexia did have a good point in terms of when she said like, everyone just stop reminding me like what a strong mother I am.
Yeah.
And like this, like shut up. Like I don't need to hear this all the time.
Because it's always in reference to the trauma.
Yeah. And then like Lisa chiming in and trying to give a speech, but it just goes off the train tracks.
Listen to me. I never talk. But it was like her chiming in defense of Adriana was nice. To your point.
Yes, of course. Okay. Then we're catching up with all the girls. I'm not going to go through all of them, but Dr. Nicole is selling the house for $44 million to Jeff Bezos' mother.
Oh my God.
It's crazy.
$44 million.
That's a lot of millions. So like that's like Suri could retire on that.
Yeah, that is $44 million is what people rumored Carol Radziwill's net worth to be back in the day when she first started on Housewives.
Yeah. Although I wonder, you have to like remember, I'm sure they didn't own the house outright. So like, what did they pay for it?
Sure.
What was their outstanding mortgage? And now what did they sell it for? But either way, I'm sure it is still probably like in the tens of millions that they made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she the wealthiest housewife? Or who do we think?
No, I mean, I think she's up there.
Kyle?
Oh, Kyle probably has a lot of money now, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Us ending the season with Lisa in a confessional, calling Lenny on the phone. What a beautiful...
Reading him a page 6 article.
About the co-hosting the fucking Halloween party?
That is psychotic behavior. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Of everyone involved.
I know. I mean, it really like... lowered my sympathy. Why are you co-hosting a Halloween party?
Just because we have this house? Was it like Lenny being like, I'm gonna
Have
host
the party.
have this party anyways,
Yeah.
and like you can either host it with me or.
Get out.
And the news was already out there that they had divorced
Oh yeah.
or separated rather.
I mean that was out in real time because like they were all like
because he was in the club
they were
and they
all
were
screaming.
confronting him.
And they're screaming in Key West.
Yeah.
Wow, I love Miami. We have like a 30-second teaser of the trailer, but I can't really like make heads or tails of anything other than that. It felt like they're all sitting on top of each other.
Yeah, it did feel very cramped on the couches.
Yeah, I mean the camera felt tight. It almost felt like like a nod to season 1 Miami
In
Watch
the
What Happens Live Clubhouse reunion. Wow. Okay, let's wrap this up. We have a freak of the week and the one true queen. Brendan, who is our freak of the week?
Okay, we have to give it to fucking Michael Darby.
Head troll of the bridge.
TMZ reported today, Real Housewives of Potomac star Michael Darby is taking Candace Diller-Bassett to court for defamation after she claimed he offered up cash to have sexual relations with another man. According to legal docs obtained by TMZ, Ashley Darby's hubby is suing Candace over comments he made during the latest season of the reality series, where she didn't hold back one of her many arguments with Ashley. On the show, Candace tells Ashley, quote, your husband likes to leave you and go to a man named Censored's house and suck his dick. She never says who the guy is, but Candace later claimed Michael paid for sex.
Yes.
Michael's calling BS on all of it, adding he sent her a cease and desist earlier this year regarding her comments, but claims she has yet to retract any of her allegations. He wants $2 million in damages to make things right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really foresee this going far, especially I can't imagine Michael Darby wanting discovery, which is like when all the information gets dug up.
Right. But it's like, it's still regardless, gonna cost Candace money,
That's
which is sad.
That's the part that really sucks. Like, not even cost money from her to him, but cost money
Legal
for
fees.
the lawyers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I hope that's not like the case.
Everyone go fucking buy Deep Space on vinyl
Oh my
and
God.
on iTunes.
Yeah. Speaking of that, keep your eyes and ears peeled for something Deep Space related from me coming soon. You'll hear about that soon. Okay. The one true queen, Dr. Wendy Asefo, tweeting, thank you, Vice President Kamala Harris, for inviting me to your home for a celebration of Black excellence, a Black heart, some stars, hashtag RHOP, tagged at Vice President's house. And what I must say, it's a very beautiful photo of Wendy at this event.
Looking very chic.
Looking very chic, I must say.
I hope she got an official photo with Kamala and that she gets to post it in coming days.
Yeah, I hope so. Oh my God.
Because they take the official photos. Everyone goes through the line.
Official photos. Yeah. Yeah, that's it, baby. Comethroughqueen.com for links to everything.
Yeah.
Including the Patreon pre-show this week. And links to our social, Instagram, Facebook group, etc. Like, comment, subscribe, our share, retweet.
Love us, please retweet.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
I wanna see ya come through, queen.